This is a bit of entertainment. If you enjoy this production, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Kindly watch the video to the end. Thanks for the view and enjoy the video. In the dead of night, under the eerie glow of a blood moon, a figure cloaked in white glides silently through the halls of St. Mary's Hospital. This is no ordinary nurse. This is Wendy, the White Witch, a guardian of life in a place where shadows often fall too heavy, where the line between life and death blurs beneath the flicker of fluorescent lights. Wendy holds a secret, a power that could be her undoing or her greatest gift. Wendy, by day, is a competent nurse, her badge gleaming under the sterile hospital lights, her steps quiet and measured. But beneath this calm exterior lies a tumultuous power, a connection to ancient forces guided by the cycles of the moon. St. Mary's Hospital, a sprawling complex of shadows and sighs, serves as the backdrop to her clandestine night shifts, where the real work begins. By night, Wendy's white nurse's uniform transforms into a cloak of silvery light. Patients whisper about the angel who visits them in their darkest hours, easing their pain, whispering lullabies that sound like ancient spells. Little do they know these are not just dreams. They are encounters with a being who is both more and less than human. As the clock strikes midnight, a different kind of duty calls her. The halls of St. Mary's S, filled with the silent screams of those caught between worlds, beckon her to balance the scales. Here, in these liminal spaces, Wendy wields her true power, where each step is a dance with death, and every spell cast is a defiance of fate. Under the blood moon, Wendy's powers reach their zenith, her spells becoming almost palpable in the thick, charged air. The blood moon, a rare celestial event, is a time when the veil between worlds thins, and a witch's true strength can be both a beacon and a bane. Historically, witches revered these nights for their potent energies. To Wendy, the blood moon is not just an astronomical occurrence. It's a call to arms, a period when her abilities can either save more lives or draw darker entities closer. On these nights, the hospital's usual pallor changes. The shadows grow longer, the lights flicker more, and the air buzzes with unseen forces. St. Mary's is not just a building. It's a web of lives intersecting, each thread vibrated with stories of pain and hope. The long, sterile corridors that smell of antiseptic and despair are known all too well to Wendy. Here, life hangs by a thread, and the doctors, draped in their cloaks of authority, often miss the subtler signs of a soul in distress. The staff, from the weary-eyed janitors to the overworked nurses, each carry their own burdens, oblivious to the magical battles being waged silently around them. Patients come and go, some leaving with renewed hope, others never waking from their medically induced slumbers. It's in these interactions, these fleeting connections, that Wendy finds her purpose and her greatest challenges. One chilling evening, as Wendy made her rounds, the air turned icy, a sure sign of a lurking shadow. In room 211, a young man, a victim of a surgical error, lay moaning softly. The doctors had given up, but Wendy saw the dark tendrils of a shadow clutching at his heart. Summoning her courage and her magic, Wendy drew a circle of salt around the bed, her chants low and urgent. The room grew colder, the shadow coalescing into a form so dark it seemed to absorb all light. With a final incantation and the burning of sage, Wendy banished it, leaving behind a trace of silver in the air and a patient whose heart suddenly found its rhythm again. Wendy often pondered the morality of her actions. Was it right to interfere where fate seemed to have its own designs? These thoughts haunted her as she moved through the wards. One night, a patient, delirious from fever, caught her wrist during a spell. "Are you an angel or a demon?" he whispered, eyes bright with feverish intensity. Wendy's heart skipped. She replied softly, "I am what is needed." As she walked away, the weight of her secret pressed down on her, a constant companion in her solitary journey. Not all were blind to Wendy's nocturnal activities. Dr. Lucas, a young intern with a keen eye, began to notice the miraculous recoveries. Instead of confronting her, he offered his alliance. Together, they formed a clandestine pact, using his medical knowledge and her magical skills to tackle the cases deemed hopeless. Lucas became her anchor, helping her navigate the complexities of the medical world while she taught him the subtle art of magical healing. This partnership proved crucial, as more challenging cases found their way to St. Mary's S, each requiring both science and magic to mend. In the deepest drawer of her locker, Wendy kept her tools: a wand made from willow, a book of ancient spells bound in moonlight, and vials of potions brewed under specific constellations. Each item held a story, a memory of places and times when magic was openly revered. These tools were her connection to a lineage of witches who had walked the earth long before hospitals existed. Each spell cast, each potion brewed was a homage to her ancestors, a continuation of a legacy that thrived in secrecy within these modern walls. Dr. Harrow, a seasoned and skeptical surgeon, began to notice the inexplicable recovery rates in Wendy's ward. His curiosity piqued. He started to monitor her, noting her unusual methods and the peculiar symbols occasionally glimpsed beneath her sleeves. Convinced that something unorthodox was at play, Dr. Harrow decided it was time for a confrontation. One evening, as Wendy prepared a potion in the dim light of the utility room, he stepped in, his face a mask of determination and doubt. The night the blood moon turned crimson, a grave error occurred in the ICU. A mix-up in medication threatened the lives of an entire ward. As the hospital plunged into chaos, Wendy knew that this was the moment her powers were meant for. With Dr. Lucas at her side, she navigated through the panicked halls, her hands weaving spells of protection and healing. The crimson light bathed her in its eerie glow, amplifying her abilities, allowing her to restore balance and health where it had been disrupted. This night, her actions would save many, but also reveal her true nature to those who watched closely. In the aftermath of the crisis, Dr. Harrow confronted Wendy. His accusations were sharp, his disbelief a tangible thing. Wendy, with nowhere left to hide, chose the truth. Her revelation was met with shock, then awe, as she explained her heritage and her mission. Dr. Harrow, faced with the undeniable evidence of her abilities, found himself at a crossroads. Could he accept a reality where magic played a role in medicine? His decision would shape not only Wendy's fate, but also the future of patient care at St. Mary's S. The news of Wendy's abilities spread, leading to a trial that was both literal and metaphorical. She stood before a tribunal of medical professionals and a council of her peers from the hidden world of witches. Her defense was simple yet profound. She acted always to save lives, to mend where medicine alone could not. The trial was a battleground of ethics, of old beliefs clashing with new realities. The verdict was groundbreaking. Wendy was allowed to continue her work under strict guidelines and with the hospital's full backing. Her methods would be integrated, studied, and perhaps, in time, taught. St. Mary's Hospital became a beacon of new hope, a place where magic and medicine intertwined freely. Patients sought it out, drawn by tales of the miraculous nurse who walked its halls. As dawn broke over St. Mary's S, the hospital had transformed. Wendy, once a solitary figure in the shadows, now worked openly, her gifts acknowledged and revered. But as the world of magic became part of everyday healing, new challenges loomed. Shadows, once hidden, might seek to strike back. Yet with each rising sun, Wendy was there, watching, waiting, ready to protect. In the realm of healthcare, where science leads the way, there lurks a shadowed corridor where ancient magic breathes silently amidst the sterile scent of antiseptics. This shadowy interstice is where Wendy, the White Witch, practices, a nurse not only skilled in medicine, but also versed in the arcane arts. Bart's Bits has been proud to bring you this production for entertainment purposes. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and ring the bell. Please let us know what you liked in the comments. Your taking the time to help us is very much appreciated. Hope to see you again soon.